Morano, and welcome to the show. Today I'm joined by Anita DiTomasso, who is the director of the ballet program at Seven Stars School of Performing Arts, with her daughter Hayden. We were going to be talking about all things Seven Stars, particularly ballet. That's what we're going to focus on today, and of course the Nutcracker that's coming up. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about you and who you are and your background in dance.
Well, I started in Pennsylvania at a very small little studio. It was specifically ballet, and about the age of 9, and I think I got the fever of wanting to be a ballet dancer around about 12. But at the same time I was dancing, I decided I wanted to see what it was all about teaching-wise, and also we had that program at the school that we could teach and intern.
As young people?
As young people.
Nice.
So I would assist, and then I started actually taking over the classes, and I still go to that studio, Central Pennsylvania Youth Ballet. I still go and teach there. Occasionally I go to their summer program and teach, so I'm always very connected with them.
Yeah.
But I performed with several different companies, North Carolina Dance Theater, Lar Lubavitch Dance Company, which was a modern dance company. I danced with American Ballet Theater, and then I decided to get a little bit into musicals, so I got an equity card and joined the union, and I got into, my first musical was The Red Shoes by Lar Lubavitch, who was my director, and that got me into Phantom of the Opera. I did Cabaret. And then after
so you
that,
have a very boring backstory.
but the whole time I was doing that, I was always teaching, you know, just to have extra means, and I just had a passion for teaching. And now to this day, that's what I'm doing now, is I teach ballet at the Seven Star School of Performing Arts in Brewster, New York, and my daughter takes there as well. And it's a great school because you can have a love of tap, you can have a love of jazz, lyrical, and ballet, and they also have acting. So it's incredible school.
And the school starts at what age? I mean, what is too young? What is...
I don't think you're ever too young. We have like a program for diaper dancers, so you could actually be in your diapers and take class. They have a reading program, a free program for little kids who twirl and read, kind of.
Wow.
So there's lots, and then you can dance in your adulthood. We have hip hop for adults now. There's Zumba. So I think you can go any age.
And Seven Stars, just to get everybody on the same page, is located on 312 in Brewster.
509.
That's your relatively new space.
Yes, we had another space. It was still in Brewster, but I think now we have a lot more students, and the directors wanted to find a facility that had great ample parking and a lot more studios.
Right.
So now we have
the parking lot's really set back a little bit, so it's a little bit with kids running around, very safe.
Very safe. And we have 6 studios, which is great, because then all of those varieties, all those genres can be fulfilled almost every day. So there's also breakdancing too. So there's like for everybody, boys and girls.
I was going to say, and boys and girls. And you strictly teach ballet?
I strictly teach ballet. I teach recreational ballet as well as the people who want to be on the competitive team that Seven Stars has. I teach them as well.
Okay.
So
and what does that mean to be on the competitive team? What is that?
That means you're willing and decide to want to take more classes. You don't want to just do it as a pastime.
Okay.
You have passion and you want to really commit to a little bit more of a higher level. So you can audition and go through that process and become on their team. And then they do several performances and competitions throughout the year. So recreation will get performances, and also the competitive team will get performances as well. So you can double up if you want. What's great about what I'm here today for the Nutcracker is anybody could be in the Nutcracker. You could be recreational, you could take You don't even have to be at the school. If you've heard about it and you want to be in the Nutcracker,
really?
Yes, you could call up and say, hey, I want to audition for the Nutcracker. I want to be a participant of the Nutcracker, and we would have you.
Okay, before we talk about Nutcracker, I want to go back one step and just talk about how your programs run. Is it run like I have to start dancing in September and I dance through the year? Is that how it works?
Pretty much it starts in September, and then we have an annual recital in June.
Okay.
So usually the classes run from September to June.
So a school schedule for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, and they basically run just like the Brewster school system. When there's a break, then we have a break.
Got it. And all the teachers that are teaching there are all professional, semi-professional, used to be professional dancers?
Yep.
How was that? Was that a good summing up?
Some of them used to be school, they used to take there as members of the school. Yep, and they graduated and they decided they wanted to teach.
Wow. Okay, so we need to talk about this Nutcracker because it's my favorite. It is my favorite. So preparation for the Nutcracker begins?
It begins in September, and usually there's an audition process. And this year, we did not do an audition process. We decided we would just, whoever wanted to, we would invite everyone to email us or call us and let us know if they wanted to participate in the Nutcracker, because we wanted everyone.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to have more of a leading role, you could, I was going to evaluate those several people who wanted to have a leading role.
So they had to express interest in that?
Yes, if they wanted to have Clara or Sugar Plum, they would have emailed and said they would like to become a lead, we would like to be auditioned for that. So then I would evaluate all of my classes and all of the other ballet classes and dance classes and see where they would fit in.
Okay.
We have 175
Oh my goodness.
dancers.
That's a lot of tutus.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of tutus and tap shoes, actually.
There's tap shoes in the Nutcracker?
Yeah, do you want to explain?
Yes, instead of there's mice in a scene where Clara has her dream, and those mice, instead of being ballet mice, there is ballet mice and tap mice.
Wow.
And
Are you a ballet mouse?
I am a tap mouse.
You're a tap mouse.
Oh, yes, that's her forte.
That's your thing. Tap is your thing. So that really opens it up to kids who maybe aren't ballet oriented.
Or we also have a lyrical section in the Act 2, the Arabian, that tends to be more contemporary or lyrical dancers. Then we decided this year to have boys as the B-boys, is that what it's called? B-boys in the clowns, where they come up under the skirt and they come out. We have girl bonbons coming out under the skirt, and then the guys will come out and they're going to break dance.
How many boys do you have?
I don't know. I don't know how many boys we have, but we have a few in the breakdancing class. We have a few in jazz, and we are always accepting boys who want to take ballet, but I don't have any at this moment.
So who's the lead?
So we have our Sugar Plum. This is our second year we've had our Sugar Plum, which is a very high technical role. The first few years we didn't have that caliber, so we had to get guests. So we got guests from a reputable school that I used to teach at in the city, but now we don't need to. We have our own.
That's impressive.
Yes.
How long has this young woman been taking dance with you?
She's been taking with me for 4 to 5 years, and she is our very strong ballerina, and then we have had to get a cavalier for her from Ballet Academy East, so he's going to be partnering. The funny thing is she's very short and he's very tall.
So as long as she's on her toes the entire time, it'll be okay.
Yes, she spins a lot, and he's right there with her, and he's a great partner, great dancer.
And what is her name?
Her name is Amanda Atsuni, and his name is Cameron Catazaro. And his older brother is in the New York City Ballet. He's a principal dancer.
So it's a family thing.
It's a family thing. I think he's wanting to do that as well. He's on his way.
Wow.
Yes, so that is very exciting for us.
Okay, and then any other principals you want to highlight?
We have Clara. We have 3 Claras. That was the best part about that. We had 175 interested
They're not all performing in the same show, I hope.
No, there's 4 different shows.
Okay.
And we were able to double, triple cast, which is great. So we have 4 shows. Friday night, December 15th at 6:30. Saturday afternoon at 3. And Saturday night at 7:30. And then Sunday we have one at 3. And this is December 15th, 16th, and 17th.
So the Sugar Plum oh my goodness, Sugar Plum Fairy is the same though.
She's doing all
throughout
4 shows, and the Cavalier's doing all 4 shows.
Okay.
But we have 3 Claras,
Uh-huh.
and we have several flowers in Act 2, several casts of flowers. We have 2 casts of snow, 2 casts of mice, party kids.
Wait, I just need to know,
It's
do you
amazing.
have any free time?
Sometimes.
That's a lot to coordinate.
Yes, we worked. It's a lot in September and October to make sure all the casts and everything gets to be, to everybody's, acceptance into it. We had a lot of discrepancies with, just siblings wanting to be in the same cast and families, and
Okay.
which is appropriate. We want everyone
Absolutely.
to be
Absolutely.
enjoying the fact that they can come to see that show. So
Right, they don't have to split it up for 4 shows because you have 4 people in your family, right?
Yes, so we really tried to accommodate as much as we could. So now we're getting into costumes. We have brand new costumes. We actually have one of the mothers, she actually made the tree for us. She made the lights for the trees. We have everybody involved. We have parents.
This is like all hands on deck.
Yeah, that's what's so great about the studios. We have a lot of parents chipping in. We have parents doing the parents dance because we needed some more party guests, so they volunteered.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's very
This
exciting.
is a grand production.
Right, and it's something that, like everybody knows the Nutcracker.
Yes.
A lot of people can be familiar with the music.
No, I was going to ask, is the music live for the Nutcracker?
The music is not live.
It's not live.
No, we have taped music for that. And what's nice too is that these kids have done it for a few years, so then they get excited and they're anticipating, oh, what am I going to do this year? And you can see actually for us, it's great because you can see them growing.
Right.
So the
Right.
girl who's doing Sugar Plum, she was Clara.
Okay.
And she's moved up to Flowers and Snow and Snow Queen, and now she's Sugar Plum.
And how old is she?
She's 16.
Nice. Now, does she plan on pursuing dance? Is this something that...
Yes. As far as I know, she better.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So then we have those girls then who are Clara looking up at her,
Right.
which is a great role model.
Absolutely. And it's something to, it gives you that sort of drive to aspire to do something even bigger next year and put your all into it, which is wonderful.
Yep. And what's nice too is like we decided to tie in the tap. So the whole battle scene, instead of being ballet, it's tap. So the soldiers are tap dancers.
I
the
could totally
mice.
see that.
It's incredible. It's hard music to work with, and Bill and Nicole did a great job.
I was going to say, you're not choreographing the tap.
I
part.
didn't do the tap. No, Nicole Aravina and Bill Coates choreographed that for us, which was great.
I just, it's going to give it a whole new dimension. I love that.
It's so exciting. It's
Yeah.
really exciting, and exciting to see everybody collaborate and see it all come together. Fingers crossed.
It will. It will. Now
So-
you're ramping up right now. I guess you're getting really, really far into your process.
Yep. So a lot of it actually has been choreographed, so now we have to put those pieces together and make it the big, huge picture.
Now, kids who are taking classes regularly, does this kind of push their classes aside for a few minutes while they're...
No.
No.
We actually did a really good thing a couple years ago. We decided that the older girls, it's going to be part of their curriculum is to learn snow.
Oh.
So snow is very technically hard.
Challenging, yes.
You have to be proficient in your petit allegro, which is small steps, and that something that should be in their vocabulary in their classroom.
Right.
So then we decided that's our rehearsal time, is that we could do that during their class.
Okay.
So everyone gets to, once a week. We don't have to just do it on Saturdays, like have 10 hours of rehearsal on Saturdays. We actually can put it piece to piece with everybody's classes. And then we do have extra the lead parts, they end up getting the special private rehearsals for what they need for their parts.
Okay.
So it was, I think it was great for these kids because they weren't learning some of the vocabulary.
Right.
So now they get it.
Right. They're getting it all. And is that true for the little ones as well, like the mice? Are they getting that in their classes as well?
Yep.
Or are they, you are?
Yep. She does, well, she does at the extra Nutcracker for tap mice, but in her ballet class, which I teach her, she's learning Party Kids. So they're learning a lot of different
And they're also learning what to
movement.
aspire to. I can now do this next time, or I can do, which is great.
Yeah.
So how's Mom as a teacher?
I get to go in the teacher's lounge, which is one upside.
Is she hard on you?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
You like it though?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to continue to dance?
Yes.
You want to be like Mom and be a ballerina someday, or no?
I want to be a tap dancer.
You want to be a tap dancer? Okay. Okay. So in each show, you're talking about 175 kids en masse for the whole thing, but in each show, how does it break down?
We have about, I would say, 80 in each cast. You know, we have Act 1 with different scenes, and yes, and then we have angels, which are their very littlest dancers, and they, I think, are age 4.
Oh my goodness.
Some of them are 4 and 5, and then they have separate rehearsals during their Saturdays with their special teacher, and then
Oh my goodness.
yes, and then yeah, I think it's like 80 per show, and then we have double girls sometimes being in 2 shows.
I was going to say, some characters are appearing in all shows, correct?
Yeah, they overlap.
They overlap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Saturdays right now is all things Nutcracker?
Mostly Nutcracker. At our studio, they're also working on their competition in Germany. It's a tap competition.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're collaborating rehearsal spaces with the Germany company and Nutcracker, and then our regular classes. So Saturday's very busy.
Wow.
And acting classes, I think, on Saturday, too.
You got a lot going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot
How
going
many
on.
students do you have in your school overall? Do you have any idea?
I think there's about 500.
Wow.
Yeah, close, about 450 maybe.
Okay, and mostly local?
All local.
All local.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And have you had any kids go on to, the city to continue practicing, or have you personally had any students who've kind of
I know
went that direction?
Some of my students have gone to amazing colleges. They got into dance programs in New York. We haven't had like a prima ballerina yet.
No?
No. One of our teachers is on Broadway right now, and that's Nicole Aravina's sister Michelle. She's in A Bronx Tale.
Really? I heard that's
Yes.
fantastic.
It's a very good show. And she comes and she does several classes. She's taught Hayden a couple of times acting, and she's a great dancer.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of potential if those students want to. But we've had several kids go to great colleges, and that's what we feel like is the best. Is like if you can take your dance and
Right.
and
And I've been in your studio a few times, and it really does feel like a family. There's a really nice feeling when you walk in there. There's not that, I don't feel like it has that competition-esque feel to it. Do you know what I mean? There's none of that cattiness about it. It's very warm and welcoming.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where kids will get something and everyone's like excited. You know, like her friend is doing something on Sesame Street, and she's nothing but supportive and happy.
You know what? That's a really hard environment to really nurture. So I give you a lot of credit, because that is a tough. It's a tough age and it's a tough business. And if you can maintain that celebratoriness about it, I think that's wonderful.
Getting the dads involved too. We have dance dads that do their own little skit. And
are they terrible or are they good?
no, they're pretty good. They're moving and grooving. And 2 of them are in my parents' dance. And I had one rehearsal with them for an hour and a half, and they learned all the material I wanted them to do. So I was very proud. But I think it's great to have the whole family.
Yeah, it feels like that it's a family environment.
Yeah, and it's a mom and daughter run studio, and everybody is You know, I think that's what's really nice about it. It's small town, but yet
Small town, but you're giving these kids amazing opportunities.
give them, all of our teachers are pretty top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they
is
are.
just wonderful. So now that you're in the midst of rehearsals, funny stories, rehearsal stories. I love when things go wrong or things go right.
Oh, I have one.
What is it?
When one of the ballet mice die and all the other ballet mice drag her off, I dragged her off, and at the end I tripped. So I get up, I wipe myself off, and then I go upstage. It was a couple.
On purpose or because you tripped?
Yeah, because I tripped. I wanted to be like, oh, I meant that, and then I went like, and I went off.
Job. Good job.
One funny thing is we don't have too many boys at our studio, so the big character in Act 1 is Drosselmeyer, he's actually Claire's uncle, and he brings the Nutcracker.
Doesn't he wear a mask?
He wears like an eye patch, sometimes a mask or an eye patch. He wears a cape, and we didn't really have one this year. And the director, Nicole, said, "What about your son Hudson?" And sure enough, I asked him. He's like, "Yes," but he's taken acting before. He was in their production of Seussical, and he sings. And he's not a dancer, but he's really good at acting. And so he said he wanted to try it. So I have to give him a little bit of partnering, and I taught him. After the first rehearsal, he was doing a little press with the Clara. I was like, whoa.
Okay, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Maybe that's what it is.
I
Good
was
for him for putting it out there.
So he's going to do all 4 shows of Drosselmeyer. But he might be the first Drosselmeyer with braces, because he's 13.
That's so sweet.
So that might be a funny
So
story.
it's a family event for you as well.
Yes, except for my husband.
I
I
was
couldn't
going to
get
ask,
him.
could you get him in there? Could you get him into that parent dance? No.
I
huh?
wanted to. He wouldn't make the rehearsals. He'd probably have a closing. He's a real estate attorney.
Okay. Okay. That would have been fun though, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, he's an audience member.
He's a supporter. That's all that
Yes.
matters is that he's a supporter.
Yes.
That's terrific. So, what else do we need to talk about? Costume. People make them for you?
We have had people make some costumes.
Bought some costumes.
We just got some costumes from, I think, this company in China. They're going to do our snow costumes. But what we ended up doing is we got the new costumes, and then we can take emblems and
Enhance them.
enhance them. And we're doing that with flowers.
Yep.
So, and what about this? This is a huge production. I mean, you've got lighting. You've got it all, right?
It's going to be at the Brewster High School.
Which is a beautiful venue.
Right, and it's like a performing arts center.
It
pretty
is.
much.
It is.
So they have all of the lights, you know, up. They have the drops. We have to rent the drops. There's 3 drops that we use. We have Party Scene, Snow, and then the Act 2, which is the Candy Dream Sweets, Land of the Sweets.
Nice.
So we have fly space for that. We also have snow coming down, like all Nutcrackers. You have snow in the snow scene. We have a sleigh. That's a funny scene. I had no idea what we were going to do with Clara coming in. I went to Home Goods one time just to kind of just clear my thoughts, walking down the aisles.
I could see that at
I
Home Goods.
turned my head, and there's a humongous, beautiful sleigh for sale. And I was like, is this for sale? And they were like, yes. And I said, looks good. So we had, I think Nicole's dad put wheels on it. And now it's Clara's sleigh. She goes from
fun.
Land of Snow, she goes into the Land of Snow in the sleigh, and then we have little reindeer, little girls, that come in and they prance, and they take her to the Land of the Sweets. All thanks to Home Goods.
All things. I think that you never know what you're going to find at Home Goods. I think that's great.
That's what happens.
Well, it's using your resources. It's just saying, okay, I am invested in this, and I'm going to use all my resources that are available to me to make it happen.
Yep. And you know what I love about Nutcracker, too, is that it's beautiful music. We're listening to beautiful music. It's a tradition.
I was going to say that it's been passed from family to family. I know in my family we've seen the Nutcracker. It's just, to me, it's a sign of the holidays. It really is. It's part of what the holidays are about.
Yep.
So that is I am just so excited for you guys. So tell me details now. High school?
Brewster High School.
Brewster High School. The weekend of the 15th.
Weekend of the 15th, Friday night, we have 6:30. We have Saturday at 3, Saturday night at 7:30, and Sunday at 3.
And how do we go about getting tickets?
You can call the 7 Stars, which is, should I give the number?
Absolutely.
845-278-0728, and you ask for Donna. You can come to our studio and fill out a ticket order form.
Okay.
We have T-shirts. We have lots of things, I guess, for sale, like during the show. But yes, it would be great. Tickets are $15.
Okay.
If pre-advance tickets are $15, and then at the door they're $20.
Okay, and do you usually sell out?
You know what? Our matinees do really, really well. Evenings, it just depends, I think, on weather.
I was going to say weather, but you know, it's going to be warm until January, so it's going to be fine.
I'm hoping. No snow.
No snow.
No real snow.
Only the kind falling down on the snow scene. Yes.
Exactly.
The fake snow.
Just the fake snow.
Fake snow. I think that's terrific. All right. So, is there an online version? Can we find it online?
You can go to www.7starschool.com.
Okay.
And then under performances, there's Nutcracker 2017. It has all the information on it.
Great. And if parents are interested in watching the Nutcracker and saying, "Oh my goodness, my child needs to be involved in this next year," they reach out to the school to do that.
Yes.
Okay. And when then September rolls around, we do it all over again.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Sometimes, we took a break for 1 year just to kind of give it a rest. And I almost felt like there was more people anticipating. They couldn't wait. So we're actually now maybe doing an every other year thing. So we might not do it next year. We will do it the following year. And I can't tell you, everybody was they could not wait for this production.
I can't wait for this production.
Good, I hope you'll be coming.
Of course I will. Of course I will. Hayden, I can't wait to see you as a tap mouse. And I can't wait to see the performance, and I hope it goes very well. I'd say break a leg, but I don't know if that's the right thing to say.
Merde.
In
French.
Merde?
Yes.
Okay. Then it is merde.
But I don't know if I can't tell it to you what it means, though, but you have to look it up in the French.
Okay.
But usually we say merde or toy.
Toy. Okay.
Yes.
Well, have a fantastic show, and I hope that everybody joins you for the Nutcracker, because it is just a part of the holiday season.
Yep.
And thank you for spending some time with me today.
Thank you. It was
Hayden,
so nice.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.